Hey guys, it's Michael B. Hopefully I sound okay. I sure shit don't look okay. If you haven't heard, I've been off the air for the last little while because my daughter brought home hand, foot, and mouth disease or whatever it's called. And unfortunately, I got it and it has been horrendous. Apparently, it's not very good in adults, but it made me cancel my stream Monday night. I'm not really ready to be back, but I can't help myself. I love being here. I love hanging out with you guys. So I decided to come back tonight and do an impromptu chill and chat with Michael B on a Wednesday night. Tonight, we're going to be talking about NFL Blitz from Arcade1Up. Is it really that bad? Well, let's ask some people that actually have the cabinet. What we're going to do is we're going to get their impression of the cabinet. Are they enjoying it? And then we'll ask some of those hard-hitting questions that have been out there in the community. A lot of Arcade1Up detractors and other people in the community have been bringing up they don't own the cabinet. Let's ask some people that actually have the cabinet if some of these questions actually matter to them and are they disappointed. On top of that, we're going to be doing the big AtGames BitLCD contest. The official rules get announced tonight. Supposed to be Monday night to kick it off of the program. I apologize, guys, where I was sick. I didn't get to do that. So we're going to do that tonight on an action-packed, fun, with guests episode of Chill and Chat with Michael B. All right, guys, really quickly, I want to say hello to some people here in the chat. I see Charlie, Chuck, Vasel, The Garage Gamer, Wagner's Tech Talk. Thanks for being here. Raymond Reed, Cornercade, Sterling Hall, here as always. Thank you very much, brother. Mitchell Dr. Z. I saw Dan from St. Louis there earlier. Bird, I know, console fanboy. Gang Cornercade. So, guys, before we get too far into it, I want to show you guys the stuff about the AtGames Legends BitLCD community marquee design contest that I'm currently running in collaboration with AtGames. If you haven't heard about it yet, it's been on all my social media. I put a video up over the weekend. The easiest way for me to explain the start of the contest is to show you that video. Then we'll go over the official rules and regulations. Hey guys, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and I'm coming to you today with an awesome contest that I'm partnering with AtGames to bring to you guys involving one of my most anticipated products from them this year. The BitLCD is an awesome product that allows you to bring your AtGames Legends Ultimate to the next level and bring realistic looking marquees for the arcade games on the cabinet that you're playing, but it also allows for some very interesting fan creations. And AtGames absolutely wants to embrace that creativity. That's why they're sponsoring this contest where we're asking fans to create and submit their best video marquee image for the Legends BitLCD. And of course, guys, this isn't just for funsies, as AtGames have ponied up over $1,000 in prizes for this contest, with the winner receiving an AtGames Legends Pinball Micro and 2 additional runner-up prizes of the Legends QuadPlay control panel. So guys, tune in this Monday to Chill and Chat with Michael B for the official launch of the contest, where we're going to go through all the rules and regulations, as well as how you officially place your submission to be entered into the contest, which will run from this Monday, October 17th, till November 17th. Good luck, everybody. I can't wait to see what you create. Let's make our Legends Ultimates look pretty awesome. So, guys, that was all lies because obviously I was sick and we didn't get to start Monday. So it's Wednesday now. Contest started Monday, but here we are with the rules and regulations. And I want to do something for you now. I'm going to add this to stream. If you haven't seen already, I'm going to leave a link down in the comments below. You can head on over to Wagner's Tech Talk, and I'm going to advise you not just to head over for the contest rules. They're actually in the description for this video as well. But head on over to Wagner's Tech Talk. You can check out the rules for the contest, as well as you're going to want to check out his tutorials because they're essential in creating your AtGames Legends video marquee that you're going to be putting up. If you've never done one before, Wagner can teach anybody how to do anything. Believe me, with the AtGames stuff, I'm not much of a modder. I'm not much of a computer, hacker or whatever you want to call it. I can't figure out how to do anything, but using Wagner's tutorials, I can figure out how to do everything I need to do. I would be dead in the water without this man. Go check out Wagner's Tech Talk, and he has the rules to the contest there. But we'll go through them each and every one. So first off, I'm going to go through how to enter So let me bring this over here so I can see it too. Oh no, that's not gonna help you. And I might have revealed something for later. Please post a short 30-second video on Twitter showcasing your Legends BitLCD displaying your custom marquee video. So to be clear on this, this is going to be a custom video, marquee video, not necessarily for a game, but basically your own marquee. Like for example, mine could be Michael B's Legends Ultimate, and then I could have cool videos in the background with shit happening, and it can come up in different folders. The one that Wagner suggests, and if you go check out his video on his instruction, how he made his video, his actually comes up for the file games when the machine first turns on, and that's what you can do as well. When it's coming up on the section that says games, you can have your marquee populate at that point, do your video, do your animations, whatever's going to happen, show that to us in a short 30-second video, post it to Twitter, make sure you tag MichaelBtheGameGenie at Mike, I got to remember my name, at MichaelBtheGameGenie, and tag AtGames, and that's how you officially enter to get into the contest. So the prizes, first prize, like there's going to be a micro AtGames Legends Pinball. That's going to go to the winner. There's also 2 prizes for the runners-up of QuadPlay control panels for your Legends Ultimate machine. Contestants must reside in the United States. Unfortunately, guys, no love for the people in Canada, but basically it's going to be shipping just here in the U.S., so contestants must be there. Contest is open from October 17th to November 17th, and the top 5 marquees will be selected for the finale episode, and at which time, when the top 5 marquees are selected, we're going to be running the grand finale contest, and there will be a live vote during the show to select the winners. Now, I also want to tell you guys about how this is going to work. Basically, there's going to be another video that I'm going to put out explaining all this, but this is actually going to take part a little bit with Chill and Chat with Michael B, because every week we're going to be looking at submissions from the community. We'll be showing some of our favorites on the show, and myself and AtGames Legends marquee BitLCD expert Clinton is actually going to be joining me and helping me and giving me some feedback on the marquees that are being put out there. So make sure to tune in every week. We're going to be going over the submissions, giving you guys some advice on what you can do to make your marquee the winning marquee and secure either the Pinball Micro or one of the QuadPlay control panels. Hope you guys enjoy this, and awesome of AtGames to be running this contest, and also to support the community and the community's creativity. I absolutely love that. So stay tuned to Chill and Chat with Michael B. Keep a watch on my channel. And most importantly, if you're creative, you got a BitLCD, make some images, make your Legends Ultimate look cool, and then send us the video through Twitter. Anyways, guys, that's the contest. Expect to see more on my channels. And again, check out Wagner's Tech Talk for more information on it, and the description in the video below with more information. Thank you so much for participating. And with that out of the way, I want to move on to our main topic of the show tonight. So I'm going to get this off the screen. Oh my goodness. Where's my mouse? On the other screen. Oh, whip. There we go. There I am back. I'm going to remove this, and I want to introduce you guys to my esteemed panel that sat through that and are ready here now to join. So first off, we've got Detroit Love, who is busy currently playing his Blitz machine. I don't know how to get him back. Hopefully he joins us again at one point. At least his furnace isn't on. Oh, there he is.
What's going on?
Hey, Detroit Love. Also joining us is another NFL Blitz owner. You may know him as the Garage Gamer on Instagram, but he's also now the Garage Gamer on YouTube too. You just released a video today about video games you picked up at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo, right?
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Nice. Thanks for having me.
Nice thumbnail. I noticed your thumbnail competition thing you had up earlier today, too.
Yeah, YouTube's suggesting stuff to me, so I'm going to put it up.
And also, we've got 19K Fox, the man who picked up one of the first cabinets that we saw in the wild, and I actually put together his riser that he then took apart and then put together again.
We didn't have wood glue, Mike. It couldn't be helped. Everybody understands.
Useless without the wood glue. I understand. So, guys, the reason why I brought you here tonight, I'm going to change this format to see if this looks better. There we go. Tonight, I wanted to get some honest fan feedback on the NFL Blitz cabinet. You guys have all owned the cabinet now. You've seen the stuff that's out there in the community. So many people that don't own the cabinet making videos saying, oh, this is a nightmare with NFL Blitz not having online. They don't like the art. They don't like the fact that it's not the original ROMs. They don't like the fact that there's no late hits, yada, yada, yada. I got to play it for a very short time when we were in Chicago, Fox, and I just had a bunch of fun with it. But I'm not a big Blitz fan. I never played the original. I wanted to talk to you guys to get some feedback on how you feel about the cabinet and then go over some of those hard-hitting questions from the community. Does that sound like something we could do?
Too many men on the field.
All right. So first up, I want to talk to Carl here because Carl, I loved your video. Like you've basically been reinvigorated by NFL Blitz. It's brought you back to YouTube. Like this is all you've been talking about now for a week. And you put out a review over the weekend that I thought was fantastic. You dressed up in your referee jersey there, and you were doing the whole thing talking about some of these issues and talking about did it bother you, what you think of the cab. And there was also a touching tribute at the end to a friend of yours who recently passed away. So I wanted to ask you first, what are your thoughts on your NFL Blitz cabinet? Obviously, if people watch your videos, they know, but if they don't, give them a heads up so they can go watch your videos.
Well, you know, I wasn't a person who played Blitz back in the day. You know, I had 2 kids by that time, and I was only playing what was ever at Chuck E. Cheese. So that's all I played, you know. So I still have some tokens in the drawer somewhere. So I think I have played it once, but someone had left some credits in there because they had to take off at the arcade. So that's my only experience with it. It's a game that I always was fascinated by because I'm a big football fan. So I always wanted to play it, but I was just too cheap to play, you know, because it's an arcade game, right? So it's designed to take your money. You know, pay for the quarter, then you got to put more money in. So it's just something I didn't play. I didn't pre-order it. I didn't, you know, I don't have to be the first person to own something that's never been my thing. And I've heard all the negative stuff before I made a decision to buy it. But like I said, I'm a big football fan. So I took the plunge. I got the Sam's Club edition. So I got the stool. It was only $30 more than the regular one. So it made sense. And I've been playing it daily. I've had friends over, and they love it. It's just a lot of fun. It cheats, you know. I was just back there trying to beat the Atlanta Hawks, and they're just unbeatable on normal. You know, it's ridiculous how vicious they are. You know, so you're gonna have those things where some of these teams. I heard the Garage Gamer talking about the Green Bay being tough, and I heard other people talk about Green Bay. I hadn't even got to them because I can't get past the Hawks. Now this is on 2000. So I played all 3 of them. I like the regular Blitz the best, but I like to switch it up and play the other ones just so I can become more familiar with it. I believe the codes only work on the regular Blitz, so I've been doing a big head and doing all this crazy stuff with the codes. But I'm just having a blast with the cabinet. I'm not a big fan. You know, I got this big blue back here. I went online a few times, got my butt whipped so bad. I haven't been back online since. So, you know, I don't look forward to going online and getting creamed by, you know, 11-year-old or a 61-year-old. It's just not something I'm looking forward to doing. So I'm enjoying my peace without the online. I don't have any doubt that we'll eventually get there. I don't know what that timing is, but I'm sure it's going to happen. But I'm not looking forward to getting my butt whooped online at all. I'm enjoying the cab. My buddies come over on Thursday nights or Monday nights. We got the game on in the background, and we're playing the cabinet. It's just a lot of fun.
All right, Mr. Garage Gamer on Instagram, Garage Gamer, tell us your experience with NFL Blitz so far. Are you happy with the cabinet? Are you glad you picked it up? Did you pre-order it?
I did pre-order it.
I had a feeling.
You know, I guess I pre-order everything. I'm one of the few out there that you know, I get told all the time that I need to wait for the sales, but no, I gotta have it. So I already knew I had to get that. I had to get Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I had to have it somehow. And where did I get? I guess I got Blitz at Best Buy. I don't even remember at this point, but it plays great. I had a buddy over last week, and we must have played on it for 2 hours straight. And we were playing each game, I think it plays great. Yeah, there's no late hits. I know the people are out there in the community talking that there's no tackling in the game. Like, what are you talking about? There's plenty of tackling. You know, I go a long ways back with this. I mean, I had it on Dreamcast. I played it on N64. You know, I always like to learn some of the new plays and, you know, see if I can get an advantage, because there's definitely strategy in this game. Each game you play Blitz is different than the last game, and I really like that. You know, if you're playing Final Fight, I don't know, that it's a great game, but man, some of them get stale after a while. Blitz doesn't, because there's always something else going on. And I get right now you're just playing the computer, but if you have a buddy over, oh man, it's so great. So that's what I have.
Yeah. I'll ask you a question. When you have a buddy over, does alcohol sometimes get involved? Because I found that really helps playing with friends.
Sometimes, you know, I'm trying to cut back a little bit. So, yeah. But yeah, it definitely, you know, I'm looking forward to the holidays when I've got relatives coming over.
Oh yeah.
And we'll have some eggnog flowing. So
yeah,
it'll be great.
That's certainly something I can see from my limited experience with it. This is definitely a cabinet you're going to enjoy playing with yourself, sure, but with friends, it's going to be an absolute blast. This is definitely one your buddies are going to come over and be like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, last but not,
I think it's gonna have the most. I think it's gonna have the most play of any cabinet in my arcade.
You've told me that already. 19K5. Sorry. Oh my God, I still got the hand, foot, mouth brain. Yeah. You've told me that already, Detroit Love. You've said that this is probably your most played cabinet already.
Yeah. And like I said, when people come over, there's no way they're gonna waste time on something else.
I always find it really interesting, like when you have people over for the first time, maybe they haven't been over to your place in a while, turn on all your cabs and see which ones they go to first and which ones they're playing the most. I got a feeling they're going to be wanting to play Blitz.
All right, last but not least, this is someone, I got some of his early impressions while we were there in Chicago together, but now that you've had it for a couple of weeks, you brought it home, you've been playing with it. 19K Fox, what's your early take on NFL Blitz? Are you a happy consumer? I know B Kong told you to be like a negative, put your negative Nancy hat on, be a hater.
I got the hater hat on. I'm gonna bring out all the hate. I'm gonna just crap on this cabinet. Let me just rain down hellfire for all you NFL Blitz fans. You're probably gonna dig this cabinet. I mean, yeah, some of the late hits are there, but you got to kind of look hard to find them, if that makes sense. You can still, okay, so imagine when you're stepping back as a quarterback and you're trying to make a pass. If you're on defense, you can still hit the receivers. You can still tackle late. You can still lunge late. Some of that stuff is still there. The feel is still there. The sound is still there. It was a big deal for me because I remember playing this on PlayStation 1 with jaggy control, with jaggy graphics. Blitz on Dreamcast was still a quantum leap, but nothing beats the real deal. And I got to tell you, even though there's no online, and I've documented that on my channel, even though the leaderboards were messed up at first, but they got better, I'm digging the cab. I would love to just, say something that's going to make everybody be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to buy it, but I can't. It's tough to find a negative. You got the marquee that you should probably replace. I don't know. That's really it. If you can get past the online stuff, which if you're a little bit older like we are, you're not used to that anyway. You're just going to have a fun time. I will say this, though, and I told this to Garage Gamer before we came on. I'm concerned about my control panel because when you got a 2-score lead and then you get an interception, you get really pissed off and you start banging on that control panel. And so far, mine's holding up, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to make the season, guys.
You're probably going to have to rotate. Like I always play on the second player. I don't know which position you guys playing.
I'm second player.
With you being violent, you might have to be switching off.
I got it. I'm seeing a counselor, but you're right. I may have to go from second to third and back and forth just to even up the wear on the control panel.
Right.
Can you put that Loctite on those big long screws and really
that's the thing.
It down?
I not on the control panel everywhere else because I want to be able to take that off. So I can't. Yeah. You don't want to Loctite that down, guys. You're not those four. That's the only four.
And mine came with two control panel covers, or what do you call that plastic thing?
Really?
Yeah, what's that thing called?
Yeah, the deck protector.
Deck protector.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine came with two. I guess because it is a little thinner than the other ones, and I guess whoever put mine on it felt right when they had two in their hand. You know, when I went to put on, like, hey, I have two. So if you break yours in a state of rage, I got an extra here.
Yeah, it's possible. I am a Cowboys fan, so I got a lot of rage, a lot of pent up aggression.
All right, guys. So now that we've got everybody's, oh my God, is anybody here a? Hold on, I got to go to my actual chat for a second, boys, because I got a bit of a issue here. Okay, you've got it.
I blocked it. I didn't. I'm not a wrench for some reason.
Why are you not a wrench, man?
Hate me.
Why are you not a wrench? Where's my wrenches? There we go. There we go.
I just commented.
Wrench you. I'm gonna wrench you.
Wrench me.
That happened on my last live too. It's ridiculous.
You got to be careful, kids. If you step in, Garage Gamer will let you know right now. When you step into this game, sometimes you got to set up your live streams for just subscribers, because people come in and offer you things that maybe you're not ready to partake of. Like I don't even know what that said, but it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Can I just say too? It's so I'm not normally on these streams, and you watch your guys' channel all the time. Like I swear I see you guys all the time in my daily life. No. And it's so odd. Like, and I don't know you guys really personally at all, but it's like I feel like I know you, and you don't, but I don't know you. It's so bizarre, and it's such like this is such a 2022 problem or whatever. But this is how we communicate. But like I know I know Michael B went on that huge trip with 19K Fox, Detroit Love. Like you guys have been in my life for like a couple years now, and it's just like, wow, I'm actually talking to you. So anyway, thank you.
Thanks for letting us come into your home and invade your space.
Yeah.
So like next time we're in California, we can just come stay at your house. That's basically what you're saying.
Oregon,
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said. The garage though, we're stuck there. So.
P-Dubs Arcade Loft in the comments. He took care of it. He's a good man. Thanks, P-Dubs. All right, guys. So because 19K Fox is on the show and I want to make him feel at home, I did something special for him, guys. So what I want to do is I have some questions to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you guys in circulation. Each person's going to get a chance to ask. But in order to do it, I had to come up with some visual aids. So ladies and gentlemen.
You made a slide!
I made a slide.
He made a slide. Because listen, anybody can just ask a question, but you have a visual aid so that if we don't understand what you're saying, we can read it on the screen and there's a picture. This is beautiful, Mike.
I just wanted to make you feel at home, 19K
I'm
Fox.
so happy. Thank you so much.
So first question, no online play at launch. How did this make you feel? So I want to preface this a little bit. This is all the comments that people in the community that don't have the cabinet are bringing up and saying are massive detriments to the cabinet. I'm not disagreeing with that, and I'm not going to say it is or it isn't, but I wanted to ask people who actually have purchased the cabinet, actual owners, what their take on this statement is. No online play at launch. How did this make you feel when you bought the cabinet? Did you know there was going to be no online already, like Detroit Love, or was this a surprise like 19K Fox and Garage Gamer when you first turned on your machines? Let's start with 19K Fox on this one.
Obviously, we had like the big event in Chicago, so I was very drunk on the everybody being in the same room and all that fun. But it was definitely it was sort of a shock. We didn't get that online experience right away. No online connectivity at all. And listen, I've said this in my review. When you're asking someone to pay $600 for a cabinet and you advertise online play is on the box. You really need to deliver that. Do I personally need to have online play? Not necessarily, but when it's advertised that way, when you're asking to pay $600, it's like it needs to be there. When you don't have that, when there's no component at all, which was listen, I was sort of shocked that there was like nothing. That gives you pause. That makes you take a step back. Makes you think, wow, did I really need to spend this money now? And if it's not ready, what else isn't ready? So I'm of two minds. I don't necessarily have to have it, but if you said it was supposed to be there and you don't deliver, that's a bad look.
All right, next up, Garage Gamer. No online play at launch. How did this make you feel?
Yeah, I was disappointed, but I guess it comes with the territory for me. With seems like games now, when you used to buy NES games and it was all there. There was no updates. There was no firmware. They just played right out of the box. But in 2022, that's a different story. It kind of reminds me of the stuff that's going on with Halo Infinite. We were told that we were going to have online co-op day one with the mode where you make your own levels. That never happened, and it's just like, we'll just go with it. It's disappointing for sure, but would I rather them delay the cabinet and me not have it? Like, no, I want it. I want to play it. I don't care. So I'm over it at this point.
And for you, Detroit Love, you bought this a little later on in the process. Obviously, you knew online play wasn't going to be available when you first picked up the cab, but you picked it up anyways. So how do you feel?
So I gave Arcade1Up a disconcerting penalty for this. And if you're not familiar with football, there's a very rare call. It's when the defense mimics the calls of the offense to try to get the offense to move ahead of the game. And so I thought that was the most appropriate penalty for this because, it's a very unusual thing for Arcade1Up to do. And I feel they knew they were going to have to play defense with this move because they know people are going to be pretty pissed saying that it's available. And I expected them to play defense, but they sort of just didn't show up on the field at all and say anything. So that's the weirdest thing about it. I would say, hey, this thing, we are aware of the problem. We're looking at a December fixed date and then, do a later date and then surprises in November would have been a better approach than to say nothing. So I was well aware of it. Again, it didn't affect me at all in my decision to purchase it, obviously.
All right, guys. So we've got a comment here from KevGret. It doesn't matter if you want online. It's an advertised feature of the cabinet and needs to be there. So what I also want to mention is, guys, if you're watching and you do have questions to ask the panel, the people who actually have bought the cabinet, save those for after I get through. I've only got about 6 questions, but we are going to be asking people in the comments questions as well. So if you have a question, even if you have a really hard question you want to ask, feel free to ask it. These are the people that have the cabinet. They're the ones to answer. So I want to ask this question from KevGrit first. It doesn't matter if you want online. It's an advertised feature of the cabinet and needs to be there. Did that impact your... I'm going to ask the question this way. I know Conti Dinda is here in the chat earlier. He said, just can't get past it. It wasn't ready. I've asked no online play at launch. How did this make you feel? But do these words kind of ring true to you that it should have been there by the time it came out? I know you said Garage Gamer, this is more and more the norm with games coming out and, we're always waiting for the update or it's not finalized, but this is kind of a different product, right? It's not a $60 game. It's a $600 arcade cabinet, right?
You're right. And, we should be disappointed. There should be, how long have they been working on this game? I got to think months. Yeah. They knew that this was coming out. Why is there not a proper testing group out there? If there is, I don't know. It just seems like it's not organized enough. Maybe Arcade1Up isn't that big of a company to be able to get the resources they need. And it's not like they're a brand new company. They what is this? I think I got my first one in 2018. So it's 4 years now. Why don't they have their stuff together? I don't know, but I'm not in any communication with them. So it's just, and it seems like there is no communication at all from Arcade1Up. I saw they put out a thing today that said that beware of online scalper or sellers that are selling phony cabinets. But man, it seems like they've gone dead silent for the last month. So everyone's just the keyboard warriors are out there and we're just typing up a storm and we're just mad or we don't know what to do. So we do need some communication, number one. But I don't know, what was the question? But
no, that's a good answer. What about you, Detroit Love? Like, obviously you knew about the online not being available, but you gave him a penalty. Is there anything else you really said about that other than wanting the online? You obviously bought the cabinet anyways, even knowing the online wasn't available.
No, so I guess the real question is, do you think Arcade is not going to deliver it online, right? Because if it's just delayed, it's not that big of a deal, right? If it's eventually going to come, then okay, you're going to have it. If you bought the cabinet expecting to have it and you never get online, then I can see you having some rage and some upset and want to return something and do something. So I guess the better question is, do you believe that the online is going to come? That's a better question, because it being delayed. I mean, we had other cabinets where you bought it and the buttons weren't in the right spot, and you had games that just didn't work and they had to do patches to fix them. So it's not something new of them releasing a cabinet that's not perfectly right. But if they deliver it, no matter how, if it's a month, 2 months, 3 months delayed, as long as it comes out in good, I don't have a problem with that. But if it never comes out, I can see where people would not buy it or even want to return it.
So before I let 19K Fox speak, you'll notice as a house cleaning item, I've put myself on the bottom here because, as you'll notice, when I bring up a chat, it covers up the face, and where I have hand, foot, and mouth, and 19K Fox is a goddamn model, I figured it'd be better for my retention viewership if I covered myself up instead of him.
Well, I mean, it's important to note that you just revealed to the world that you're a bottom. So there's that. In regards to the comment, that's exactly what I said. If you put it on the box, if you advertise the product as such, it needs to include it. I think the winning strategy is to under-promise and over-deliver. Just say that they're Wi-Fi enabled. All I'm going to expect is leaderboards. Okay, great. It comes out of the box. It's got leaderboards. Everybody's happy. And then all of a sudden one day, hey, maybe 6 months later, now you have online play enabled. Wow, that's cool. That's amazing. Don't promise something. Don't guarantee it out of the box and then don't deliver. You can always because that's going to explain the fact that there's a Wi-Fi antenna. If I open this thing up and you said, oh, there's no Wi-Fi, but then there's an antenna, I'm going to think, well, that's weird. But if you just say it's enabled, it's just Wi-Fi for updates, it's just Wi-Fi for leaderboards, then it squashes all the problems. And if you're not ready, it's okay, because you didn't promise online play. It's a great way to have your cake and eat it too, right? And then eventually, if you do roll it out, then people are going to say, wow, I'm going to buy this. And then maybe one day they'll enable features like online play, or I don't know, can I put my name on the back of the jersey of the quarterback? I mean, I don't know. And things like that you could possibly do, because this isn't technically the arcade ROM. But I think that's what they should have done from the get-go. Don't promise something you can't deliver, but that's like sales 101. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents.
Zohar, you said you dropped $4.99. I don't know if you mean you dropped a super chat. I didn't see it. It never came up on my screen at all. So I apologize if I missed it, brother. I'll go back and take a look for it. Very, very sorry.
I'll go ahead and read. I see here. Council Fanboy says, it's a $4.99 chat. It says, I am really enjoying my Blitz cab 2 weeks straight, and I play it all the time. Online will come when it comes. For now, it's fun, and it looks really good.
There it is. I'm sorry. There it is. Thank you so much, Console Fanboy. Really enjoying my Blitz cab. Thank you very much, Carl, for reading it out. Online will come when it comes. For now, it's fun and it looks really good. Thank you very much, Zohar. So I want to go on to my second question, which I accidentally already brought up on the screen because I don't know what I'm doing. I am by no means 19K Fox, but
slides
I have
are confusing.
Let's start this time with Detroit Love. And I already know your answer to this. No late hits. Does it affect your enjoyment of the game? You are one of the people who bought it late. You know that late hits were kind of already not there. Does it really matter to you?
Yeah. I can't miss what I never knew was there, right? Again, I never played the game to that level to even know that. I understand what they're saying. You get to crack them in the head afterwards and you have a lot of fun giggling at yourself. So I understand why people want to do it. That was part of the game, part of the fun factor, because it's a really fun game. I can understand that would be add some different excitement to it. But for me, like Fox said earlier, you still get to tackle people and sling them around and do all that crazy stuff. So it's if the game wasn't fun to play without it, then I would definitely have a problem.
All right. 19K Fox, no late hits doesn't affect your enjoyment of the game.
You'd have to really look for them to see that they're not there. I mean, you still have the tackle where you can grab the runner, usually the quarterback, grab them by the arm, spin them around, and then slam them. You can still hit guys and their helmets fly off. You can still do the clothesline tackle where you run and you grab them and you jump up in the air and you slam them down. You still get the smack talk after the tackle. You look stupid. You're all getting in their face. So some of them aren't there, obviously. Arcade1Up has admitted as much, but you still get some of that, the trash talk and the crazy over the top tackles. And like I said, we've even talked about the receivers in motion. You can still hit him. You can still lay him out before the ball is passed. So some of that stuff is still there. Some of the crazy antics are still there. Obviously, some of those late hits aren't there. But I mean, as far as me playing the game, it doesn't affect me like at all. I mean, none, because I understand that I've said this in the live streams I've had, in the video reviews I've done. This is not an arcade perfect recreation of that original game. Some liberties were taken, and I'm okay with some of the liberties that were taken, some of the concessions that were made, some of the compromises I'm okay with. But if you're not okay with it, that's totally fine. And I get where you're coming from because, you're being asked to spend $600.
Garage Gamer, next up. No late hits. Does it affect your enjoyment of the game?
No, well, of course not. It is a different game because in the past it had that like WWE element to it, and you could totally taunt your buddy and jump on him. But what's going to happen in a couple of years? Someone's going to be able to mystery encoder or whoever going to get in that code, and they said it's just a switch they turned on and off, I believe. So we just need to figure out how to turn that back on, and we'll be rocking and rolling. So, but the pure NFL plays and the strategy is still there, and football is it's a great game that was invented, and there's so much strategy, and I really enjoy the cat and mouse games you play. Figuring out what your opponent's gonna call, what kind of defense he's gonna run, and try to outmaneuver him because he's not gonna let you score exactly the same way you did the first time. The way you're gonna do maybe this time you have the ball. So, does it affect my enjoyment of the game? No, I'm over it.
All right, so somehow my thing went down here, guys. I apologize. Underpowered PCB concerns, or is that just rumors? So next time, there we go. Next time, turn on subscribers only mode, Mike. Yeah, it's because I did a StreamYard stream instead of my normal where I set it up through OBS. I must have missed that. I apologize, P-dubs. I'm making your work harder. So where is it? Oh man, the chat sometimes gets away from me. Underpowered PCB concerns, that's just rumors. So there was a huge miscommunication that went out there. John D was on a stream with myself and also B-Kong. I can't remember who else was on the stream. Mike Ball Trades might have been. I don't remember. But anyways, he brought up like the online stuff with NFL Blitz, and he made a comment like, it might be something to do with underpowered PCB. I don't think that, like, we haven't heard anything since. I don't know if like John was actually serious or if that was something he mistakenly said, but I would imagine if there is an underpowered PCB, I mean, they're obviously going to have to send out new PCB boards, but I think more so maybe that was a miscommunication, and we'll get what we get from Arcade1Up through an update. That's my guess, but what do you guys think?
I can't talk unless there's a slide that
No.
True. No, we don't know how to act right now. We're just I don't know what to do.
No, Detroit Love, we're going to answer this comment. You go ahead.
Put the comment back up there. What comment are we talking about? About the I thought that rumor of the overheating PCB was for the fighter game, Marvel versus Combat.
No. The comment was made about Blitz, so they were talking about or it might have been about MVC2. But anyways, let's just clear this up right now. If anybody said there was an underpowered PCB, which Arcade1Up have done in the past on a lot of their machines, but if it was impossible for them to get online working, I mean, the company would obviously just send out an updated PCB to everybody. That's what they do. I mean, they do the Toy Shock model. We've already got an example what's to do out there. But I think maybe if anything was said of that nature, if that's what John D said, I think it might have been miscommunication, and the update will just come out and we'll have online from there. Anybody feel anything different?
Yeah, I think that the hardware is probably there. I think wiser people, better people than me that have a real head for software development understand that. I don't know, but I think that if it's good, as far as gameplay is concerned, as far as does it run smooth, it runs pretty smooth. I haven't noticed any weird hiccups. I've noticed some times where maybe the music stops, but that could be some of the emulation. I'm not sure. But as far as I don't have the game stuttering. I don't have the game stopping mid-play or something weird like that. So I think it probably has it obviously has the horsepower to run these new games online. From what I understand, is more coding than hardware limitations. But I mean, like I said, I could be wrong. But as far as the gameplay, I mean, it seems to run fairly smooth.
And I just want to add, as far as performance, I've never seen any stuttering or lagging or anything like that in the gameplay itself. I have had some situations like I go to start up the game and the screen blacked out before I got into the game, and I just hold the start button and reset it. So there's definitely something going on there, whether that's a PCB issue or a coding issue, I can't say. So I'm not going to say that the unit is not without some issues, but that aside, I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Before we do much else, I got to say a huge thank you. Wagner, you didn't have to do this, man. $20 super chat. Huge. You didn't have to do that. Enjoy the discussions. Hope Arcade1Up pushes the online update soon, and it works well. Thanks, Mike, for hosting the contest, buddy. So for those of you that are just tuning in, if you get a chance, go back and watch the replay. We're talking about the great AtGames contests that I'm working with AtGames on right now. I'm going to be running them. They've sponsored the prizes. So we're doing this marquee community design challenge for the new BitLCD marquee. Check it out, and go check out Wagner's Tech Talk. He has some great guides, teach you how to do it, and he also has the contest rules up on his page as well. Go check out Wagner's Tech Talk. Good guy. Now, before we get to the next slide, I'm going to bring up another point Kevgret's making here. This is one I've seen going around the community, and I just want to ask you guys if you've experienced this yet. Some people are seeing random letters pop up on the screen while they're playing Blitz. Have any of you guys had that experience yet?
Have not seen any random. I've seen it on a post. Didn't know if it was photoshopped or not. I can't vouch for that. But I have never seen. I played all three versions, and I've never seen any random letter on any of the games.
I also haven't. Yeah, I have.
No. No, I did have it once. I had the whole cabinet freeze and blackout. It was like one of the first two games I was playing, and then I restarted it, and then I think we've had 2 firmware updates for it. I think I haven't had any kind of issue like that since. So I hear some people are complaining if you go into Blitz 99 or Blitz 2000, you do custom plays, that kind of messes with stuff. But I haven't really played around with that yet. I need to. But there's part of programming. There's so many bugs they just got to go out, and they don't have the team maybe to tackle it that we need. But it is what it is. So,
well, sometimes they leave them in there for us to figure out, like we did with the NBA Jam. We weren't even playing each other online when it first came out, so it's nothing new for them.
Yeah, and hats off to Kongs R Us. I know he's been testing the heck out of that MVC2 versus the crossplay between MVC1 and dang, I think they it looks like there was an update for MVC1 and they fixed some of that. So, listen, I guess the community just gotta do their job for them. So we'll do
Unfortunately, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so Chicken FKER, yay. I don't want to say what it sounds like. He said John D did mention Blitz PCB may not be strong enough. I have heard rumors that that is something that was said maybe a little bit out of turn, might not be necessarily true. We'll find out in the very near future, so we'll see from there. Complete Geek TV. I'm still testing this, but has anyone else had overtime work? Mine has crashed every time at kickoff.
I played a game.
I've had overtime work.
Yeah, I've had 3 overtimes. I actually posted the picture. I went to overtime 3, and then the game still ended in a damn tie. But yeah, I did 3 overtimes and then ended in the tie. I haven't had any issues with overtime though.
Yeah, I've been in overtime at least 3 times. One went to the draw at the end of 3.
Triple.
One I won, and one time I didn't know it went into overtime, and then all of a sudden I was back at the main screen or at the beginning of the game. So I don't know what happened there. I thought maybe I was supposed to hit the start button to put more coins in, at the time, and didn't do it. So I wasn't sure, because I don't recall having to do that before. But again, the game is so new to me. Yeah. I wasn't sure if I did something wrong, but there was one time when I should have gone into overtime, and I was back at I'm starting the game over, a new game. So
right.
Kevgret, have any of the panel asked John for an update? Is he not allowed to talk anymore? I don't know. I don't. Like we mentioned, we were in an Illuminati chat, and it not a real Illuminati. That's what we called it. But we were in that group chat with John that we had since the charity stream. He left that chat, and we haven't really been in communication with him afterwards. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. 90K Fox, have you talked to John at all?
I've had a few Twitter interactions. I have to message him directly because he's left the chat. I've seen he's also left some of the Facebook groups. And it's a damn shame because I like it when a representative from the company that we all support is active in some way. But we haven't seen that level of interaction from Liv. John D, super interactive, but he's pulled away. I have not had any specific messages about Blitz at all, so I can't really speak on it. I haven't also received any information about potential updates, so I'm kind of in the dark, and I don't even know if I'm allowed to ask some of these questions. I mean, I'll ask a question, but I don't think I'm going to get an answer on some of these. So, but no, unfortunately, I can't add anything to that. So I guess it kind of is what it is. Why are we flying dark, though? Why are we flying in the blind? I don't know. It'd be nice to – you don't have to be in a Facebook group. You don't have to come on my show. You could just, maybe put something out on your social media in a very controlled way to sort of address this. And the fact that we haven't had that it's weird. It's out of the ordinary for Arcade1Up. Is this a new sort of path going forward? Maybe. If it is, I don't like it.
See, console fanboy, I know that's not true. John's not playing Mortal Kombat. Come on.
He hates Mortal Kombat. Said it many times.
And Michael B said we, but I'm not French, so I don't have any direct connection to John D.
That's not true. I will tell everybody now. I just have to admit this. Detroit Love was the head of the Illuminati. He's the head of the snake.
He said, "Don't." Oh no! now we're gonna die.
I'll just say Scott Bacharach follows me on Instagram, so maybe I need to reach out to him there.
That's the guy you need to talk to right there.
Well, actually, if anybody here had access to anybody that could probably get an answer, it's probably you, Garage Gamer. So,
baby.
It will be nice, but my impression is I know from Arcade1Up, the only real people that reach out to the community is John, and I guess John's not talking right now because of whatever's going on in the community. I don't anticipate the company, their corporate side, are going to say anything. Mm-hmm. I don't think we'll get an answer until they release an update. That's the next time we'll hear anything from Arcade1Up on some of these issues that you're looking for. Before we go any further, I want to get back on track here now. So I'm going to try to do my very best not to screw this up. New question. It is not the original ROMs. We know this is NFL Blitz Legends. So you're not buying the original game. You're buying a new version of the game. like we just talked about, with late hits taken out, with some of the hits taken out, and it's a new version with new graphics, maybe sped up a little bit. So it's not the original ROMs. Do you still feel it's NFL Blitz? Let's start with you, Detroit Love.
Again, I don't have much experience with the original game, the original ROMs, so I can't relate to that. But I feel those hits when the Atlanta Hawks kick my butt. Those are real. The sound effect on this cabinet is really impressive. It sounds like you're in the game. I mean, it's so immersive that I feel a part of it. I enjoy playing it, but I have no direct experience with the original ROMs.
Oh, I can hear your Star Wars in the background, Detroit Love.
I know you love it. I know you're waiting.
I do love it. What about you, 19K?
How do you know it's not the great Garage Gamers Star Wars going off?
I don't know if do you still have Star Wars Garage Gamer?
I do. I need to turn it on more, but
yeah,
I haven't been able to get rid of it. It looks so nice.
All right, so 19K Fox, I'm going to ask you next. Not the original ROMs. Do you still feel it's Blitz? You do have experience playing the original NFL Blitz before you bought this cabinet. So comparing the two, and even comparing like the Dreamcast version, does it still stack up? Is it still Blitz?
It's like for the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 crowd out there, whenever they re-released that on PS3 and Xbox 360, you had an HD remix. It kind of feels like that. It kind of feels like they took the game and gave you an HD remix, an HD version. It's not pixel for pixel perfect. I have, if you're curious of if you want like a side by side between this and the Dreamcast version, head on over to my channel after the stream. Don't leave, stay right here and check out. I have like a little side by side Dreamcast versus the NFL Blitz Legends to kind of give you a comparison. Does it feel like Blitz? I mean, it absolutely feels like Blitz. It feels like a cleaned up version. It doesn't feel fast. I mean, Blitz, the first Blitz feels a little fast, but when you compare it to the Dreamcast side by side, it's really not. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the clarity of it. Maybe makes it feel faster. 99 Blitz 99 and 2000 Gold don't feel as fast, and I'm not sure what that disconnect is. It could just be the ROMs themselves. I'm not really sure. But if the question is, obviously we know it's not the original ROMs. It is like an HD remake. It absolutely feels like Blitz to me in every way.
But I do want to add, if people want the original ROMs ROMs didn't have online play, so you shouldn't be too upset that there's no online. You can't have both.
Garage Gamer, what about you? You're familiar with the original game. These are not the original ROMs. Does it still feel like Blitz to you? Do you like the new version, the Legends version that Arcade1Up have delivered on this cab?
Yeah, I do. I had it actually before I got the cab. I've been playing it on my my Steam Deck.
Yep.
And that thing can emulate everything. And I think I prefer it on the Arcade1Up, actually. I mean, yeah, there's no late hits, but the screen looks so nice, and the gameplay is very smooth. It doesn't feel like it's sped up. I think people were worried that it's 60 frames per second. It's going to be faster to me. I mean, it plays fast, but it doesn't feel like you can't play it or anything. I don't know. It's very minute. I think we need someone that has the original arcade, Retro Ralph, or I don't know who's a Cool Toy. You can do some kind of comparison and do a clock, but all they need to do to sell this cab is just put it up at Walmart or Best Buy, just build it, put it there and let people play it. They're going to sell it and they're going to sell out. That's all they got to do, because it's just like go up to it and like, that screen looks really nice. The colors pop. It looks good from all angles. And yeah, seeing the Arcade1Up logos on there instead of the Midway is like, oh, okay, cool. They can do some stuff. I'm curious what else they can do. Maybe what other tweaks we don't even know that they did. But they do have some programmers there, so it's just kind of interesting what they can do and what they haven't done yet. So they can edit the graphics, but they can't turn the online on yet. I don't know. It's like that's part of what's racking our brain right now.
BCB147 with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Just commenting as a nobody who owns 20 plus cabinets. Blitz is the second best cabinet they have made behind Marvel vs. Capcom 1. Understand the gripes, but it still rocks. Thank you very much for the super chat, brother. And I've got a good question. I want to ask you guys if I can still find it because the chat is kind of moving a little bit quickly here. From my buddy Charlie Chuck here in Canada. All you owners, how are the 41? Again, hand, foot, and mouth brain. How are the 49 way sticks holding up? Do you think they will last?
It's the best stick.
Oh no, Garage Gamer's going. Okay.
And I just say it's the best stick they've made, and it feels really smooth.
I'll take over. So I think what you got to consider is that when you're talking about this 49 way, there's no physical switches to contact to wear out. You've got a plastic sort of like joint, it's not like a ball bearing, it's more like a joint, right? It's a plastic ball that moves inside. That stick is in the center of it, and so you don't have anything physically touching anything else. So is it going to wear out? Eventually, I'm sure. But I don't think it's going to wear out faster than their standard sticks. I think it could potentially last longer than a Sanwa. The only issue is going to be its digital connection to that board that's placed on the bottom. That sensor that's just reading the location of the end of the stick, right? If that fails, it's just a PCB mounted to the bottom of the stick. You're going to have to get a new one of those if that fails for some reason. But mechanically, I think it's gonna outlast all their other sticks, in my opinion.
Yeah, Detroit Love, I saw in your review, like you absolutely loved it. You thought it was the best stick they've ever put on a cabinet.
Yeah, the stick is really smooth, quiet. I think that will help immerse you in the game, so you're not hearing all this clickety clackety. You're not hearing anything but the game. And I think that without even thinking about it, that just happens, and it just increases the gameplay and the immersion of the game because you're not hearing it all. I don't even think I really hear the buttons when I'm playing. So I think all of it together just makes for a really nice cabinet.
Yeah, so I think for you, like the biggest thing is you can't hear that clickety clack of the joysticks going, but you can still hear your furnace. That's the important one.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. So on to the next question. I think I figured out how to do this a little bit smoother than I was previously doing it. We'll see. And hopefully Garage Gamer can figure out his internet and join us back again. Custom side artwork. Someone just asked about this. It has custom side artwork. We'll get into some other questions about the side artwork in a second. Would you have preferred the original art on the cabinet? I know this is one of the big reasons for me that I'm not a huge fan of the game. Like, not that I don't like the game, but I wasn't a huge fan of the game growing up, so it didn't have that nostalgia for me. But even still so, I prefer when Arcade1Up recreates the original cab, and they went completely opposite of that here and did this. It obviously didn't bother you guys. You guys still picked it up, but would you have preferred the original art on the cabinet? Detroit Love.
Okay, yeah. So again, I don't even know what the original artwork was. I don't, and then maybe this is your next question. I'm not concerned with the original art versus this art. I just would have preferred they put high res images on of the images that they did use. I think that would have been a better choice if than to do what they did. Again, the cabinet still doesn't look nice. It's not like, oh my God, I can't look at this. Let me squeeze some cabinets around it so I don't have to see that ugly side. That's not the case. But when you get up and close to it, you do have to wonder why they did it. I think I gave them an intentional grounding penalty on that. They're saying it was intentional that they wanted to make it look a certain way. I think it was a bad move. I would have preferred, even if they stuck with these same graphics, that they were crystal clear, high def images.
Oh, this is great. Man, oh man. Tinder Hot XYZ, do you have the Blitz cab?
I bet they're not even a real gamer.
No, not
That's
even a real
up.
gamer.
Yeah.
They don't even have a garage. Welcome back, Garage Gamer.
Sorry, I
Did you go
don't
to
know what
Arby's?
happened to my internet.
Did you pick me up a curly fry?
Love them curly fries.
What about you, Garage Gamer? You're a guy like me. You like when Arcade1Up recreates the original arcade cabinet. Were you a little disappointed they went custom here? And would you have preferred the original art on the cabinet?
Yeah, I would have preferred the original cab. But yeah, actually, I don't know why they went the way they did. I guess NFL Blitz Legends. I didn't hear what you guys were just saying, but yeah, they should have gone with the original artwork. I think that's more the nostalgia we would have needed, but it still looks good from a distance. And my biggest gripe is not the side art; it's the marquee.
We'll get into our problems in a minute.
Okay.
Trust me, we're going there. So that's the big thing for me, where this is not a recreation, obviously, but Console Fanboy 199 super chat sub to Garage Gamer. He has a great Blitz review. Thank you very much, Zohar, for passing that along.
Thank you, CFB.
So there's a lot of problems with this. Like, of all the drama that went around with the Blitz cab and the negative press that Arcade1Up had to deal with, unfortunately, like, I was so excited because one of my favorite players of all time, the gunslinger Brett Favre's on the cabinet. And if you take a look at Kevgret's comment, what a time for this to happen, right? Brett Favre and that whole scamming that charity, like, Jesus Christ. Like, if it wasn't bad enough, like everything that went wrong for Arcade1Up with the Blitz cab, then you get the Brett Favre scam on the go. So just terrible timing too. So obviously he's on the side. The other thing with the art, when we looked at it first, we couldn't believe it, was how grainy the art looked. And we were like, oh, it has to be that, because like there's using low res art. And if you look at the side of the Attack from Mars cabinet, it's not so much the side, but if you look at the back glass on the Attack from Mars cabinet, it's this pan and scan stretch. And that's low res art. You can notice that it becomes, the word is like fuzzy, right? That's what happens when you stretch an object. What they did there, it was intentional. They put this film grain over the pictures to make it kind of like NFL films. And it just looks stupid. Like, if they were going to do that with the side of the cabinet, why not just go with those high-res graphics, right? For some people, from a distance, you can't really notice it, but up close, geez, man, that looks rough, eh?
Absolutely. When you get up close, it's like, I think it's something we noticed, Mike. We're like, what the hell is wrong? Because I think all the, we even joked around with some of the images, some of those initial renders. We put Shaq on the side, haha. But we always saw these clean graphics on the side, and then it was sort of made clear, because I'm of two minds of this. So one, it's harder to hide the side art when you have a 4-player deck. You have to space out your cabin. You can't sit it right next to. If it's 2-player, you can get away with it. So you're going to see this. And so in that way, I would like them to have the original art. But this is not the original cabinet. It's not the original ROM. It's a different game. It's Legends. So I'm okay with them changing the art. But I think I got to go with Detroit Love on this one. If you're going to do it, okay, you did some changing, fine. But then why wouldn't you go with a clean image of the player? It's kind of weird. Sitting back a couple feet, you can kind of tell who that is. But when you get close, it is incredibly like weird, like not even really pixelated. It's like round dots that make up the pixels. And I think, Mike, you called it. It's that NFL grainy sort of, legend, or not Legends, but the old films from back in the day, they're trying to give it that look. It's just an odd choice. Yeah, now, we've seen them do things with like the Yoga Flame, and that artwork is a departure from the original, right? But it's very clean, right? Very clear. Yeah. You can see those. So I don't know why they did that. I'm not sure who the hell made that call, but it's a miss. It's a miss in my opinion. I would have rather them keep this artwork, clean it up, high res, and then swap out Favre for Aikman, and we would have a great cabinet.
Aikman, ugh, gross.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely has unnecessary roughness to this graphic, without a doubt. I think it looks amateur. That's what it looks. It looks amateur. It looks like, back in the day when they first started having these sites where you can go online and upload your photo to it, and they would ship you out a mug or whatever it is. And if you only had this one picture, and you want to make a poster, but you can't because they tell you on the site if you stretch it out, it's gonna look horrible. But they put this through the ringer and they said, it looks horrible, but let's release it like that anyway. It just makes them look amateur. With the cabinet could have been absolutely beautiful with high-res graphics, and it just was an unnecessary move to do. There's no benefit to making it look that way. It doesn't change the gameplay. It doesn't change the how the game performs, but it just doesn't make any sense. And why should someone have to go out and pay for graphics and stick them to the sides when it should have been the right way out the gate?
Boot to the Duck says, do an HD version selling point of the game, but do low-res side art. Okie dokie.
Valid point.
So
you upgraded the game and downplayed the graphics.
The one thing that's easy about this cab is they went with the Blitz 99 control panel, one of the nicest control panels they have ever done. They have the right marquee, which we're going to talk about, which is really shitty. I don't know why they did that. Technically, where they did the Blitz 99 control panel, it should be a Blitz 99 marquee, but we're doing a little bit of mix and match here. The side art for me sucks, but if I was going to get this cab, I'm not a modder, and I don't think you should ever have to do anything to make your cab better after the fact. But luckily, there are people out there that sell side graphics. So if you don't like the side art, you can replace it pretty easily and you'll be happy with it. So at least the control panel and the marquee and, of course, the good coin doors on the front are good. But other than that, like I'm not a fan of that side panel at all. I know what they're going for. I don't like it, and it's a detriment to me. So I would have preferred the original art. But I don't own the cab. It's about you guys and what you think. So
Yet. He doesn't own it yet.
Yeah.
I'm not getting it unless it goes on sale here in Canada for a good price. We'll see.
At least that's what you'll tell your wife.
Oh, it's going on sale.
No. Listen, man. I'm a rock.
You a change man.
I haven't pre-ordered MVC2. I haven't pre-ordered Blitz. Yoga Flame went on sale here, $100 off this past weekend. Didn't touch anything. I am an absolute
Michael B.
oak.
You're an oak.
I'm an oak.
You got a line in the sand again?
No, I'm not the line in the sand guy. That's P-Dubs. And your average gamer's been saying it all along. Let it go, Mike. The old artwork sucked. I don't think so. And another thing that pisses me off, no N64 cart place for me to put my data in. How am I supposed to transfer my files from N64 to my Blitz cabinet? Come on, guys.
That's a good point. Yeah.
No. The question I'm curious about, because again, I don't have much experience with this. If they have online, and I go over to Fox's house and I put in my code and my name and code, is it going to take my records over there on your cabinet? If it's online, does that work? Is that the way it's supposed to work or no? That's just
that'd be
local.
nice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think that's just local to the cabinet you're playing on.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I'll put in my name and my little code, but that's only going to work on my cab. I think if I did that on yours, it just would come up as nothing.
All right, guys. So we're running a little long. I got to get going on this. So Detroit Love's the only person who actually got in on this and got the joy of it. Garage Gamer and 19K Fox. His question is more for you guys. There was a Sam's Club bundle for only $30 more. You get this really nice looking stool, actually. Were you guys disappointed? I know 19K Fox, you had it pre-ordered, but you put it back because you bought the cab in Chicago, so you got lucky there. But Garage Gamer, you had it pre-ordered. Were you a little irritated when you found out there was a better version at Sam's Club that none of us knew about for a real, stone throw price?
Yeah, maybe a little, because again, I live in a part of the country where Sam's Club, there is no physical stores here in Oregon and Washington. So there's no way I'm not going to get a Sam's Club membership just for that online. And, they've done this before, so I guess we should have expected it. But I guess, it comes with the stool, but I don't need any more stools. So I guess I'm okay with it. I've got too many stools already. I
don't have enough stools. I won't rest until I have as many stools as I have cabinets.
I think it's a damn shame that we weren't told about it at all I mean,
Yeah.
nobody saw a bundle of any type coming. We didn't know. To be fair, we didn't know the damn cab was going to be sitting in a Walmart either. We all had our I was one of the goofballs who, immediately pre-ordered from Arcade1Up because I wanted the hat. I would have absolutely gone for the one that had a stool because I don't mind spending $30 more when the stool by itself costs like 90. And I mean, I'm kind of a sucker for that stuff too. If I'm going to pre-order, I'm already paying more than most people because you're going to wait because you're probably smarter than me, and you can wait till it drops $100 or $50. So if I'm going to pay full price, it would be nice to have something a little bit extra. And that was really frustrating. It was frustrating that when you're sitting here waiting for your pre-orders and you've got people out there that already have their cab for like weeks, and then by the way, there's this whole other bundle that we didn't even bother to tell you about. Yeah, it's frustrating. I mean, especially if you feel like, and not even if you don't have a YouTube channel and you're just paying attention, and you're on the mailing lists and you're on you're part of the group chats and you're part of the Facebook groups. You're trying to stay plugged in as much as you can, and you're getting your pre-orders, you're doing all the things you think you're supposed to do. And then it's like, oh, by the way, some guy that you went to high school with mentions, hey, look what I saw at the Sam's Club. And you're like, what the hell? You're like, what the hell? So you feel like, what's the point of being plugged in if you're going to miss everything? So It was a little frustrating. But like I said, I was definitely in a different situation because I had all you guys with me to put this in together. So I wouldn't trade any of that for the world. But yeah, I was, at least it would have been nice to at least know about it,
Yeah, and Shinobi Gaming, who you guys, if you've been following along, has been, pretty positive, even saying we're too picky about the art and stuff like that. But even he was upset at the Sam's Club offer. The stool is way too much right now. Why not offer that everywhere? Give us a damn stool. And the stool that comes with the Blitz cabinet from Sam's is an exclusive too, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
Yeah.
Now the frustrating thing for me about it is that Sam's Club didn't even have it out on the floor. I was in there earlier that day doing my normal shopping, and I always look down the little gadget aisle and see if some Arcade1Up stuff there or AtGames is there, and it wasn't there. And then I got home, you guys were talking crap about the cabinet. I said, I'm getting that cabinet because, no one else is. That means it's more is available because no one's getting it right now. So let me go ahead and grab it. And I went online, and it was like, yeah, you can go pick it up tomorrow at your regular Sam's Club that you was just in this morning, and they didn't have it out. So it to me, it's like you rushed the cabinet out before it was fully baked, and then you're not even presenting it, or the retailers aren't even presenting it so that people can buy it. I just thought that was weird. And obviously, one doesn't have control of the other's moves, but I just thought that was weird. It's football season. You got the cabinet in the store. If you have it out there, it's going to move, but you don't have it on the shelf to be seen. I thought that was bizarre.
Wild stuff, guys. So I wanted to bring this comment up from Mike Hertz. Sure, you can buy cheaper stools, but if you browse
They have a
around,
cream for that,
finding a similar stool with a licensed product generally always runs $70 to $150. So the Arcade1Up prices are not so bad when there is a sale. I will also tell you that this is true, but also the quality of those Arcade1Up stools is a little undersold. I really like their stools in terms of sitting, the build quality, all that. Arcade1Up stools don't get enough love, in my opinion. So, Mike Hertz, thanks for bringing that information up. Oh, look at that beautiful Star Wars stool. I got that one as well.
I will say I'm sitting on an Arcade1Up stool right now. All three of you guys have like some nice like cushy chairs. I need to grab my cushy chair that I've got in another room, and whenever I do one of these live streams again, because I've been sitting on this one.
Oh yeah. I used to do all the Super Game Room Dudes episodes down in my arcade on an Arcade1Up stool in front of a bar stool, and like I'd be dead by the time it was over. They're really comfortable, crazy comfortable, but for short periods of time, not long periods. All right, guys. So I've got more questions, believe it or not.
Bring it on.
Here we go. Let's see if I can get this up.
That's
and
what he
we
said.
are gonna. That's what he said. Blitz rosters missing players. I know one of us here is a Detroit Lions fan, so he's going to be the most upset of everybody. Are you upset certain players aren't there? 19K Fox, let's ask you first.
The guys that I follow, the Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys, all managed to get on board and see this as something they needed to support. So as a Cowboys fan, I'm good. I'm happy.
Detroit Love. Detroit. There's some guy named Barry Sanders said,
man, the
I don't want to be in the game.
The GOAT wasn't that. I know that these other guys, they say they're the D, but we're the D. We're the real D. And I know they got their Emmitt Smith over there, and they, but Barry doesn't have any Super Bowl rings or nothing like that. But the man's the GOAT. You know what I mean? I wish he would have been in there, for sure. But obviously, no control over that. And realistically, does it add to the game? This just happened so fast. I don't know what the heck those guys' names are on the jerseys.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would have been nice to have the Sanders in there.
Garage Gamer, what about you? Anybody missing from the game? Like it absolutely kills you they couldn't get in there?
Yeah, no, let me just say that Sanders thing is puzzling. I don't know the whole thing with it, because if you pre-ordered Madden last year, it came with a Sanders bobblehead. So you can't tell me that he's not in that game, but he's not in this game? Okay.
Yeah.
That's mind-boggling. But I'm a 49ers fan for the most part, and all the guys are in there that I play with. One of my Twitter followers was happy that I looked up one of the wide receivers from the Vikings. Was he in there? And he was. So, for the most part, I don't really notice it. And I'm not a huge NFL fan, so, but take that as you will.
So I'm a Green Bay guy, and one of my favorite people to play with was, I think it was Antonio Freeman. There was a play in Madden, I think it was like 98, all streaks with Freeman, where you could just throw it like down the field. Is Freeman in the game, or did he opt out, or am I too far? Was Freeman not in Blitz because he wasn't in the league yet?
I don't know.
I think it's just Favre. I'm pretty sure.
I can go check.
Yeah, you might want to go check, because I don't usually play with Green Bay.
While we're doing that, I will say, I think NBA Jam was a much bigger issue for missing players than NFL Blitz, because it's right there in your face. Like, Blitz, there's a missing player, you don't really see it on the screen. Like, you don't see his likeness. There's not some weird ghosted out character. With NBA Jam, man, it's it's offensive somebody isn't in the game. Like, I don't like how they handled it so much in NBA Jam, but in Blitz, and I don't have the cabinet, it's not as noticeable. It's not like you've got this weird greened out player on the screen that you're pretending is just somebody else like an avatar. Detroit Love,
number 86 is there.
Yes. That a boy. Nice. So would you agree with that statement? It's definitely a much more difficult issue with NBA Jam than it is with NFL Blitz for some of the players not being there.
Yeah, because I think their attributes are more recognizable in NBA Jam than it is in football.
Yeah, because you got 4 guys on the court. You get a lot more than that on the field. And Blitz is by its very nature. I know NBA Jam is also exaggerated, but Blitz is really exaggerated. So, if you're missing your guy, it's not like it's going to make a big difference in the game. And I think it's probably fair to say that they kept, if there were some specific attributes assigned to that character, they probably still exist. You just don't have the actual name of the character or the player. So,
all right, guys. And believe it or not, that's the end of my questions. You've made it through all of them.
What?
I know.
Still alive.
Now, are we going to talk about any of the good things on this cabinet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those damn coin doors. They gave us 2. They gave us 2, like they gave me 2 of those plastic things.
See, what I love about this is this is your first cabinet with the faux coin doors, isn't it, Detroit Love? This was your first.
Oh, yeah.
When you get them.
I'm a real coin door. I got real coin doors on 2 of my cabinets.
You can never go back, though, now. It's all over. Yeah.
You got to screw in each little peg on the
my God, that was ridiculous. And the head on that screw was so tiny. It's like, what in the world were they thinking here? They should just have it where it's pop resistance, right? You just force it in, it locks in. I don't know whoever came up with that. That's
a little plastic nut or something on there. Yeah, a little speed nut or something simple.
Yeah, those screws. Yeah. That was ridiculous. I think one of them has a little wiggle because I gave up on the one screw.
It's fine. You get 5 more. You're good.
And I keep trying to put my quarter in. It doesn't. Nothing's working.
Oh, I did get just received this today.
Oh, you got the light up kit?
Yeah, I got the light up kit.
Oh, it's worth it. It looks so good.
Yeah, so I'll be
It
putting that
looks
in
so
here
good. Yeah.
probably tomorrow.
Yeah, I have a pretty strong feeling that these were made to light up in the first place, and they just never got around to putting it out so far. But I
agree.
get a feeling going forward in the future, eventually these will light up.
Yeah, going forward,
Cancel
this is going
Pro.
to be XL. This is going to be an XL cabinet.
Yeah.
Not going to have risers on it. This one shouldn't have been out with a riser on it. I gave it a penalty for that and those little 4-inch signature
Extensions. Yeah.
What was that all about? This
Makes no
crazy.
sense.
It was a delay of game penalty where I had to
5
put
yards.
that crap together for no reason. It shouldn't be. It should be an XL cabinet.
So here's my question for you guys, and here's the real truth with Blitz. I'm definitely I'm not buying Blitz as it is now. I might get the cabinet on sale in the 3/4, but I'm probably going to hold out because I'm kind of in love with these XL cabinets now, and I've got a feeling if there's one game that's going to come out in an XL version, it's going to be Blitz. Would you guys, if it has a better screen than the XL cabinets we've seen already, turf out your 3/4 scale Blitz cabinets and get the XL or Pro version, more than likely XL, when it comes out in like a year and a half, 2 years?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. As soon as they announce it, I'm going to sell the one I got, and I'm going to pre-order. I don't care if it's got that old ass TN monitor. I'll do the monitor swap. That would be sick. Now, I will give one caveat. I want the control panel to be bigger, not like Shaq Fu, not like Shaq Jam, where it's about the same size, maybe slightly bigger. I want like 6 inches wider or something, right? That would be awesome. But no, they come out with a 19-inch version and everything's bigger. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you have reservations about this cabinet, I wouldn't buy it because you know it's going to get released. Now, it may not be as soon as you want it to be, but it's definitely going to be released again. You know, they're already recycling the Street Fighters, the rumors of the Star Wars. You already, you know what I mean, the MV2, MVC, or you know what I mean, you know it's going to get pushed back out, like Golden Tee, like Shaq being pushed out in the larger cabinet. It only makes sense with the NFL, how popular it is in America, is no doubt. So, you know, if you're not happy with the grainy side panels and wait, because they'll definitely have the online figured out by that time, and you have a nicer cap. So.
You Garage Gamer, do you think you'll ever get into the XL world?
Yeah, I need to pay off my credit card first for these, but I will. And no, I'd like to see it in person, so I bet it'd be impressive for sure.
Oh yeah, like have you seen the Shaq Jam, like actual size, feel of it, and stuff like that? Have you seen one in person?
No. Well, you know, my friend, one of my buddies lives about an hour away from me. He bought the Shaq one. And I still need to go down and play it. Maybe that would convince me. But yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, if you get it, for me, it was like a religious experience. It's the weirdest thing to say, but like I put these XL cabinets up, and I fell in love with riserless. Fell in love with the build, like how much taller they were. It felt more like a arcade. So I know it's probably stupid, but I think I'm on a big kick now where I just want to swap everything out for XL and Pro. So that's where I'm going. Now, here's the most important question before we end.
Frogger Pro?
No. If they had better graphics and no Vaseline filter, maybe. But before we end, I got to ask the most important question. If it's a Shaq NFL Blitz cabinet XL, would you still buy it?
Well, you know, there are companies out there that can, provide you with new side art. So yes, absolutely.
I think it's going to be a Barry Sanders XL cabinet. That's why they did put them in here. So I would definitely get the Barry Sanders.
All baby blue and white. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I think this cabinet will have a larger appeal for the resale value. I know sometimes you've talked about this, Mike. It's tough to get rid of some cabinets, and everybody want to give you pennies for it. But I think this, if you keep it in good shape, I think it'll get a higher price in the aftermarket than some of the other cabinets do. Just
I think
they have more demand.
I think it's pretty safe to say one thing we do know about the XL cabinet: the art will slightly be different, and Brett Favre may not be on the XL version when that comes.
Not a bad idea.
The gunslinger will be avoiding attacks in jail.
The nunslinger.
So, guys, just before going, tell people, as a consumer, your overall thoughts, and do you think that they should listen to some of the feedback, or do you think that they should go ahead and purchase NFL Blitz? What would you advise them? Let's start with you, Garage Gamer.
Yeah, I think if you have any kind of nostalgia for this game, if you have a chance to even play it for just a little bit, maybe at a buddy's house or something, but watch. There's plenty of reviews on YouTube now. I think, I think Michael B. You've said in the past, just watch a whole bunch of reviews and tell what you think. You got to make an informed decision when you're plopping down all this money. So go in with no regrets, but I don't regret buying it. So it's fun.
You, Detroit Love, reinvigorated, came back to YouTube for NFL Blitz. Your overall thoughts, and should people buy it?
The answer is, if you have reservations, wait a year and a half, 2, for the XL with Barry Sanders on it. If you have cabinets in your room that you're not playing as much and you need a cabinet you'll definitely play, and that your buddies are going to want to play, and you can't wait 2.5 years, I say buy. It's a great cabinet.
And you, Mr. 19K Fox.
I think that the issue is going to be the online capabilities not being there. I said it in my review. It's worth $4.99 all day long. Is it worth that extra $100? You got to kind of be the judge of that. I think you start watching, YouTube videos, reviews, start with Detroit Love, head on over to 19K Fox, and then hit everybody else in your spectrum, the YouTubers, the people that you follow, and get as much information as you can. But I don't think there's any reason to just get it right this second. Give it time. Give it some, if you're patient. I can't imagine that we're going to go through this entire holiday season and it doesn't see some kind of a price break, $50, $100. I'm even thinking maybe on the run up to the Super Bowl in February, we could see this thing on sale. It's kind of a way to sort of celebrate and tie into the NFL experience. So, I think if you have to have it right now, you're going to have to pay that high price tag. But I think it's probably, you should feel good paying $4.99.
Yeah, me personally, I don't have it. I obviously have some reservations about the artwork and, about not recreating the original cabinet. Definitely the marquee looks like absolute horse shit. I don't know what they did there. But I think where I'm not as excited for this game as other people, me personally, I'm going to wait till it goes on sale. And I think that this cabinet was produced in the same kind of numbers that we saw for the original NBA Jam cabinet. If things work the same way that did, I think you can expect to see this on sale at certain retailers after a while. So wait till you get a sale. And if you are concerned about some of the issues like the online play and stuff like that, wait till that gets worked out too. And Garage Gamer, you stole my line. My favorite thing to say is, don't just watch one review, watch a plethora of reviews, because everybody's going to have different opinions. Everybody's going to pick out things. Some people are going to be more biased because they like a product. Some people are going to be more biased against the product because they dislike it. Try to figure out what you feel is true and then make your purchasing decision. But more than anything else, just wait and then get it when you're ready. That's probably the best thing to say. And go Packers. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here tonight. Check all these wonderful people out. They've got great channels. Garage Gamer on YouTube now, just starting out. Go check out his video from the purchases at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. He's also got a great Blitz review. Check him out. Detroit Love, make him feel welcome. He's coming back to YouTube. He's on the path to 5,000 subscribers. Let's get him there. Everybody go sub to Detroit Love and follow him on TikTok for one of the absolute best TikTok follows you'll ever have. The man is hilarious. Last but not least, 19K Fox. Let's get this guy to 10K subscribers. Go check out Fox. You've been posting video like every single day this week, I think. There's something always going on.
It's kind of a goal. Yeah, over on my channel, I'm home. I travel a lot, so when I'm home, I try to bang out as many videos as possible. So there's plenty of stuff to check out. Swing by and check out the channel, and maybe, just maybe, if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. Mike, thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you for being here. And Detroit Love, he's asked me a bunch of times. He said, "Are you ever going to have me on your show?" And I had you on my show. Look, the prophecy has been fulfilled.
Yeah, and most of my videos I can't post. That's why I have my bot going in there and promote them for me on the slide. But yeah, definitely go check out my channel, man, Detroit Love.
All right. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for being here. Sorry I missed Monday night. Hopefully I don't look too horrific. Oh, look at my hands. It's disgusting. Anyways, have a great night, everybody. And we'll see you next time on Chill and Chat with Michael B.